Now we have
A. Now that the results are in and they are appending the status quo, let's take a look at the best paid female athletes in 2025. The highest paid WNBA Player of the Year is now officially Caitlin Clark. And believe me when I say that throughout the entire basketball world, the sound of rivals and haters grinding their teeth can be heard from coast to coast. The ultimate list of the top 15 best paid female athletes was recently released by the business newspaper Sportico. Caitlin is the only WNBA player who made the cut, confirming what many had suspected. Thus, even the real money, the hard dollars and cents, just intervened and resolved the dispute permanently, even though some other players and their vocal fan bases spent the entire season disputing and discussing who was actually making a difference for the league. And the money and the verdict demonstrated who matters to the brands in the market. With an incredible $16 million in total earnings, Caitlin is far ahead of all other WNBA players. And the ensuing jealousy is unquestionably instantaneous.
Clark. By the way, of the top 15 female athletes that made the list, Caitlin Clark was the only WNBA athlete that landed on the list. So that means Angel Reese was...
Before we go into the specifics of the data, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that someone else in the league should be earning more money than Caitlin Clark, who is by far the highest paid player in the WNBA? Tell me what you think. Sportico's annual list of the top paid female athletes for 2025 has now been made public. And trust me when I say that many people will be extremely uncomfortable with the outcome. Only one WNBA player made the final cut out of the top 15 slots on this esteemed international ranking. I would like to stress that. Not two, just one, not three. And you are already aware of its identity. That player is Caitlin Clark, who has an astounding $16 million in total earnings and is comfortably ranked 6th overall. Let's now discuss what that actually means. This indicates that Angel Reese, the player who was promoted by the media as Caitlin's main competitor for the whole season, failed to even make it into the top 50. This indicates that she is formally earning less than $10 million, whereas Caitlin is earning more. Than that gap is enormous, so I'm going to take a moment to process it.
Down somewhere below $10 million. All right. In fact, they do tell us who is number 2 among sports-related, like actual team-oriented female athletes. Number 2 is Sabrina Ionescu. But as you can imagine...
Who else is on this list, then? It's largely dominated by tennis players, which is understandable given that the elite level of professional tennis has traditionally paid its stars so well. Coco Gauff is the most paid female athlete, earning an astounding $31 million. Aryna Sabalenka, who has an amazing $30 million, is right behind her. Naturally, superstars and legends like Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, along with a few other tennis greats, complete those top slots. A few golfers are also on the list, which further demonstrates that individual sports continue to pay much more than team sports for women. The most crucial portion, though, is the kicker. Caitlin Clark is the only team sport athlete from every professional women's sport in the world to make this list. For a moment, let's examine what that actually implies. Professional women's soccer leagues exist all around the world. Women's hockey leagues are well established. Professional women's softball and volleyball leagues exist. However, none of the best athletes in any of those sports reach the top. The squad with the highest salary. Caitlin Clark, a WNBA player, is the world's greatest female athlete. That is not only noteworthy for the WNBA. For women's team sports as a whole, that is a momentous occasion. When you pause and consider the consequences, it's actually pretty astonishing.
Because almost all of Caitlin Clark's money is from endorsements, because she's not making hardly anything as a WNBA.
The truly amazing portion comes when you examine Caitlin's $16 million figure and determine its actual source. Only $119,000 was her official WNBA salary for the year. I'll say it again since it's essential to getting the whole picture. Just $119,000 of the enormous $16 million in total revenue came from the league for actually playing basketball. The remaining $15.8 million comes entirely from endorsements. This indicates that Caitlin Clark is earning more money from her business partnerships off the court than nearly every other female athlete in the world's total earnings. Her endorsement value alone is so strong that it would put her in the top 10 female athletes in the world. Let's now contrast that harsh financial reality with the narrative that some individuals and media organizations have been vigorously promoting all year. We have repeatedly been informed that other players are equally important to the league as Caitlin. We've been informed that the extraordinary attention she receives is unjust and exaggerated. We've heard time and time again that different players should be given equal credit for expanding the WNBA. Here's the problem, though. When real businesses with real nine-figure marketing budgets have to decide who to invest in, they are picking Caitlin by a landslide. A valuation of $16 million is not even close to that of someone earning less than $10 million. It's not a contest. That is pure domination.
The list is up from $6.7 million last year, so it was almost a $4 million raise among all these athletes to break the minimum. So let's just go down here. Here's Caitlin Clark right there. And you see that, $16 million. So she came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th among all female athletes. 16 million. She's the only one on here from a team-oriented sport.
Since nearly all of her income comes from these endorsements, let's just take a look at this absurd list. First, she received a huge trademark shoe deal from Nike, which will be on sale in 2026. She is now the third active WNBA player to carry a signature sneaker, joining AEL Wilson and Sabrina Ionco in an exclusive group. Additionally, she has significant agreements for trading cards with Gatorade, State Farm, Wilson, Panini America, and roughly a dozen other significant national corporations. Furthermore, we're not discussing minor local auto dealership transactions here. These partnerships both domestically and internationally with businesses that spend millions upon millions on athlete sponsorships. For a single, straightforward reason, they are picking Caitlin over everyone else. She attracts attention and moves merchandise in ways that other WNBA players just cannot. And the figures show it. The bitterness from those who fervently desired Angel Reese's inclusion on this list is simply delightful. Throughout the entire season, we were informed that Angel was equally well-liked and generating as much attention. Way she should have received equal credit. However, Sportico's list is unconcerned with artificial media frenzy or Twitter narratives. Real money gained is the only thing that matters to it. Additionally, Angel isn't even in the same conversation by that harsh, heartless metric. She's not even on the second plate. Sabrina Ionco, who narrowly missed the top 15 with a salary of about $10 million, is the second highest paid WNBA player. Somewhere below that is Angel Reese. In just 1 year of full-scale endorsement deals, Caitlin has set herself apart from the rest of the group. She earned $11 million last year. This year, made $16 million. That represents a $5 million rise from the previous year. Businesses aren't merely offering her a fixed contract. Because she is producing enormous results, they are actively raising their investment. Other players are competing to reach the $10 million overall milestone in the meantime. Even though Caitlin's territory is now close to $20 million, that Nike signature shoe is very noteworthy. The largest sports brand in the world, Nike, does more than just give out branded sneakers to people. You must possess exceptional talent, be very marketable, and have a track record of successful product sales. In the WNBA as a whole, just 3 players possess that honor at the moment. Additionally, Caitlin is the newest member of that extremely restricted group. That is Nike's way of saying that Caitlin Clark is one of their most marketable athletes. Among all of their athletes, not just those in the WNBA, Caitlin has been in numerous State Farm advertisements. The Gatorade advertisements have been well known. Every time new inventory was released, the Wilson basketball bearing her name sold out. These aren't goods that are gathering dust on shelves. Because Caitlin Clark's name appears on these products, buyers are actively searching for them. That is actual, quantifiable market value, and it's the exact reason she earns $16 million while others just make a small portion of that. The way it totally destroys the narrative that some media people and fans were pushed is what makes this so amusing. We were informed that concentrating on Caitlin makes other players less important. We were informed that giving her this much credit would be troublesome. However, businesses that use actual money don't give a damn about those emotions. Their investment on Caitlin is far greater than what they are spending on anyone else, and they are concerned about return on investment. It's absurd that she is the only athlete on the list that participates in team sports. Consider it. Women's football is quite popular worldwide. For many years, celebrities like Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan have been well known. None of them achieved the top spot. In her second year, Caitlin is out earning them all. That is a historic event. It's also instructive to compare it to Simone Biles, who earned $11 million. Biles has transcendent appeal and is an all-time great. Despite playing in a league that most people were unaware of before last year, Caitlin is earning $5 million more than her. That demonstrates the speed at which she has risen. Another point is demonstrated by the analogy to Sabrina Ionco in the huge New York market. When a single player is a market unto herself, market size is irrelevant. The current MVP of the league, AEL Wilson, is not on the list, demonstrating that marketability, rather than merely court employees, determines endorsement money. It must be difficult for fans of Angel Reese to accept this. The market is screaming that one player is much more valuable than the other, as seen by the $6 million plus difference between her and Caitlin. Upon re-examining the statistics, the compensation is $119,000, while the endorsements are $15.88 million. It's obvious that the WNBA is receiving a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to profit from her brand, while only paying her a small portion of her market value. The value increased to $16 million this year from $11 million last year. Additionally, it demonstrates that she is creating a long-lasting empire. It will be quite difficult for the haters who have spent the entire year attempting to discredit her to explain away these figures. Statistics are debatable, but $16 million is without dispute. The market has expressed its opinion that Caitlin Clark is exceptionally talented. Her story had just begun. She could easily be earning $30 million annually in 5 years, making her one of the most paid female athletes in history. And it's all taking place at the moment. In 2025, Caitlin Clark will be the highest paid WNBA player by a significant margin and the only one to rank in the top 15